My name is Tashard Choice. I coach running backs at the University of Texas, and this is Lawyers and Longhorns.
How do you know whether, when you're coaching one of these young student athletes, when to be hard on them, or when to build them up, or let's say somebody fumbles.
Yeah.
We don't like to fumble around here, I bet. But how do you kind of balance how hard to coach them, or when to sort of say, "Hey, come on, you got this"?
And that's one of the things. Like I'm still struggling from last year. We lose the game to Washington, and Said Baxter and Jalen Blue fumbled the ball. I struggle with that because most of the time I blame myself. And so when they fumble the football, they're going to feel worse than anybody in the whole stadium. And so for me, when they at their lowest point, that's how I got to build them up. When you fumble as a running back, it's the lowest thing you can do. Fumble the football. So I try to build them up. I tell them, hey, move to the next play. Now, if they in practice and they do it, it's another issue. I got a real issue with you because now I get to coach it. And now you got to practice and deal with somebody telling you. And I tell them a lot of times, don't hear my tone, hear what I'm saying to you. And so now, once I'm in practice, I'm going to get at it. I'm going to get at their tail. They can't do anything right at practice. But once it gets to Friday, I ease up off of them. And I want them to be as loose and comfortable as they possibly can be because I don't want them thinking about what Coach Choice thinks. I want them to play the football game, be a football player. Like a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not even something I plan on doing. It's natural. When I'm on the grass, I'm gonna coach them hard. I'm gonna hold them to the standard and expectation. But when it's something that I know is really important, you gotta chill. They having a bad day, and that's the difference between the player and the person. I try to get to know the person, and that's the most important aspect of it. The player will be fine. I can coach the player, but I got to get to know the person. So if they're having a bad day or something going on at the house, they can sit down and I can talk to them and get them through the day. Had to do that a lot of times with my guys, and all that does is build trust.
From the outside looking in, it seems like the staff, the coaching staff, is not only immensely talented, but it seems like y'all like each other.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about that, how y'all work together.
Coach Sark don't like a lot of praise, but this is one thing that I've learned as an assistant coach. When I see how he goes about putting people on his staff, he got different people on the staff that do different things. But ultimately, he like people that you can be around and actually get along with other people, and nobody's bigger than other, nobody's the top man on the pole. We all try to go in this thing and win together. Offensive staff, I love everybody on the offensive side of the ball. We all different, but when we have a problem or issue, you can say it and nobody gets mad. Now, we have some things that we'll go about it, but it's never personal. It's all, work-wise, and we absolutely enjoy each other. Like, I like hanging out with them. They come to the house, I go to theirs. It's like a big deal. Matter of fact, Coach Banks got married the other day, and my daughter was in the wedding.
Oh, that's cool.
And so it's like we actually get along with each other outside the game, and we hang out with each other besides being in the facility. And even on the defensive side, I pass out devotionals every day to the whole staff, so I make it a point to go on the defensive side to see the dark side. Even though we compete against each other in practice. But these guys are going to be the reason why we win. We're trying to go for a national championship run or to be champions this year. It's going to be because of the defense. And so, like, I'm on special teams. I'm coaching on special teams, and I got a player that's on defense. I can coach that kid. Because now I'm around the defense a lot. The coach know I'm coming from a place of love, so it's easy to be cohesive to me. I love them. Them some cool guys, man. They can play golf. I stink, though. I'm terrible. Them boys can play.
The running backs, it seems like they block pretty hard. You coach that?
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
The two things that I think are the biggest thing that are selfless for a back because they get so much praise is to protect the football and protect the quarterback. Those are our laws of the jungle. You got to protect the ball. That's the one thing you can control is if you fumble the ball or not. And the next one is protect the quarterback. And I learned that, since I was a player. And when you got Tony Romo was getting paid $30 million, or if Ryan Fitzpatrick or Andrew Luck, those are the key figures for an organization. So the coaches trust you to block and to protect them. That's one of the biggest things where I'm from. If somebody you love, you protect that guy. And so that's the same way I am with the running backs. My favorite deal is, because I'm watching the line of scrimmage constantly, when we pick up a block, and then we throw a pass down the field and we get a first down, I'm losing my mind on the sideline because that's football.
Yeah.
That's part of being a running back. They gonna run, but when you block and everything fits together, we throw the ball to the receiver and Quinn or Arch throw the ball down the field, and that's the best thing for us. That's what we love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. You like running inside? You like running outside? You like catching? I mean, I realize you do it all a lot, but I didn't know.
I'm a between the tackle. I'm a between the tackle guy because I like physicality. I'm a little weird. I like to hit people because it's one thing. Like when I was in Little League, it was always built in us to be tough. Don't get out hit. Mm-hmm. And so being in the NFL, everybody was way bigger than I was. I couldn't believe how big some of the guys were, but it still felt like mighty football to me. I'm gonna hit you hard as I can. If I pass out or I black out, I'm gonna hit you again. That was my mindset. And so, like, I love physicality. Running the football, putting your face mask on somebody, getting up, you know what I mean, and having that's part of it because you couldn't get in trouble for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I love running inside. That was my little deal. I love it.
I suspect you talked a little trash.
Too much. Sometimes I need to be quiet. You know what I mean? That's my problem. I need to be quiet. But yeah, I did. It was my little motivation. Mm-hmm. If somebody said something to me or they talk trash, oh God, it's bad.
Who's the biggest trash talker on the offensive side and on defense?
Offensive side of the ball. Trash talker. Let me think. Who talks trash? Jalen Blue gonna talk trash.
That's what Blue
gonna talk trash. I love it too, cause that's his makeup. I love it, cause it motivates him. Let me go defense. Let me see. Anthony Hill will talk trash.
Yeah,
Anthony Hill. But see, when we go to team run, I talk trash, and so we get the team run. I'm talking trash. Me and Bo Davis talk trash, and then you got Sweat and you got Murphy. And they talk trash to me personally. And so I love it because those are some war daddies. And so guys that do that, it just let me know they were fired up about the period. And they knew it was all love. So them the two I used to talk trash to the most. Murphy, Big Sweat. Now it's Vern. I talk trash to Vern every day.
Oh, that's so good.
But it's fun though. It's fun. It's all fun.
Coaching staff talk trash to each other?
Not really.
Yeah.
It's like for us, we know it's football.
Yeah.
And like when we go in one-on-ones against the linebackers, I cheer the linebackers on. When they beat the back, and the same thing with Johnny, it's a little different when you're a coach.
Yeah.
Like you talk trash, and it's not for the pub one group up. It's just to get the height of practice. We want to get the intensity up for practice. It just let them know we fire just like they are. Mm-hmm. And when your players see you talk trash, I think they like it because they see a little bit of that fight in you.
Yeah.
Because we can't show physicality, but they see that little part, and I think it gets them going.
That's so good.
You ever wish you could get back out there?
No, I'm old. I can't believe it. I'm damn near 40. Yeah. I can't believe it. You know what I mean? Like I run a lot. You know what I mean? I lift weights, but the mindset that it takes to play a down in the NFL is so hard. Mm-hmm. Like how I live, what I ate, what I did every day, what I thought about, how I spoke. Like my whole mind frame was to win a down. It was just part of the regiment. You had to push yourself beyond just to be able to play in that league and stay in that league. It's hard, but it's fun. It's worth it.
But what's that like? They're trusting you. Uh-huh. You've got, these guys immensely talented.
Yep.
There's this huge trust they're putting in you and the rest of the staff in the program to get them from high school through the college process to be playing on Sundays.
Right.
Do you feel some like a little bit of pressure, a little bit of responsibility to make sure like this all goes right?
It's truly servanthood. Mm-hmm. Like when I recruit a kid, I give them my honest evaluation. I'm honest with the parents, the players, and when they get here, it's my job to tell them what they don't do well. Mm-hmm. As good as Bijan Robinson was, I promise you, he'll tell you more stuff I told him that he was bad at. And for him, he understood because I wanted him to be great. If he didn't shake Roger Goodell's hand, I failed him. That's how I felt. Barring injury, you know what I mean? You can't do anything about that. But for me, I'm so engulfed in seeing something and figuring out how can I get that better. Mm-hmm. And when you pull so much, by the time we got to the middle end of the season, it was hands off. He had it. I can be mad at him and he'll laugh. You know what I mean? Jonathan Brooks, to see where he came from the beginning of the season to the middle of the season, and he was in his mold, I could tell he knew what he was doing. And when you see that growth, that's what you look for. You just try to get them race to maturity. To try to see how fast they can mature and then take it on themselves, to have self-discipline in everything that they do. For me, it's no pressure. It's my little niche. To see Said Baxter, how he come in, how he finish. Blue, come in and how he finish. But more importantly, how they are as people. If I didn't change them as people, then what am I doing? because I don't like people that stuck up or act arrogant or treat people like a certain way. That's my biggest deal. And so I treat them with respect. I show them, you about to be a grown man here. So I just try to give them the power of example to do the right thing. I love getting up to do that, to see them guys change. And when they change, they show out on the field, man, and their families are happy, and then they get to, reach their dreams. That's the best.
Thanks, Coach.
Oh, absolutely.
Very much appreciate it.
Absolutely appreciate you guys. Thank you. It was a pleasure. Appreciate you.